Hey, defenders, have you ever had a friend who felt more like a spy? You trust them, but you always leave feeling drained, confused, or used. Here is the hard truth. Not everyone smiling at your face is on your team. Today, we are exposing the 7 dark tactics fake friends use to manipulate you. We aren't here to teach you how to be toxic. We are here to teach you defense. As men, we value loyalty. But loyalty to a manipulator isn't a virtue, it is self-sabotage. By the end of this video, you will know exactly who to cut off and who to keep close. Let's get into it. Tactic 1. Love bombing. Let's start with the first tactic, love bombing. Now, usually you hear this term regarding romantic relationships, crazy ex-girlfriends, or cults. But it happens in male friendships all the time, and it's dangerous because it feels good. This is when a new friend comes on way too strong, way too fast. They are over the top with praise. They might say things like, "Man, you're the only guy who actually gets it," or "We're going to build an empire together, bro." They mirror your interests perfectly. If you like cars, suddenly they are a gearhead. If you're into crypto, they are the expert. The goal here is to lower your defenses by artificially accelerating the trust process. They want you to feel indebted to them because they've hyped you up so much. Once you are hooked on that validation, they have control. Defense strategy. So, how do you defend against this? You have to slow the pace. Real trust is built over years, not days. If someone is treating you like their best friend after 2 weeks, that is a red flag. Your defense is to set a small boundary early on. Say no to a small request, or disagree with them on a minor topic. Watch their reaction. A real friend respects the no. A love bomber will get offended or try to steamroll you because the mask slips when they don't get total compliance. Tactic 2. Information mining. Next up is information mining. This is one of the sneakiest tactics because it disguises itself as deep interest. This friend asks a lot of questions. They want to know about your past, your traumas, your financial situation, or your relationship struggles. At first you think, wow, this guy really listens, he actually cares. But in dark psychology, information is ammunition. They aren't listening to empathize, they are listening to collect data. They are looking for your buttons, what makes you angry, what makes you insecure, and what secrets they can use as leverage later. You'll notice that while you are pouring your heart out, they remain a mystery. They don't share vulnerable things about themselves. They only extract them from you. Eventually, that secret you told them in confidence gets accidentally slipped into a conversation with others or used to hurt you during an argument. Defense strategy. The defense here is simple but requires discipline. Share small, low-risk info first. Do not give away the keys to the castle to someone you just met. Drop a small piece of information that wouldn't ruin you if it got out. Then wait. See how they handle it. Does it stay between you two? Or do you hear it coming back to you from someone else? Keep your sensitive details for people who have proven they are trustworthy over time, not just people who ask good questions. Tactic 3. Backhanded compliments. Tactic number 3 is the backhanded compliment, also known as the subtle put-down. In the pickup artist world, they call this negging. In friendship, it's a power play to lower your status while maintaining plausible deniability. They frame insults as jokes or advice. They might say, "You're actually pretty smart for a guy who didn't go to college," or "That shirt looks great." It really hides your gut. If you get upset, they hit you with the gaslight. "Relax, man. I'm just joking. You're too sensitive." The goal is to chip away at your self-esteem so you feel smaller than them. If you feel small, you're easier to control, and you'll seek their approval to feel good again. Defense strategy. Do not let this slide. If you laugh it off, you are training them that it's okay to disrespect you. The defense is to call it out calmly and immediately. You don't need to get angry. Just look them in the eye and say, "What did you mean by that?" Or, "That didn't sound like a compliment." Make it awkward for them. Force them to explain the insult. Usually they will crumble and backpedal. Also, pay attention to how you feel after hanging out with them. If you leave feeling drained or insecure, limit their access to you. Tactic 4. Triangulation. Number 4 is triangulation. This is a classic divide and conquer strategy. This happens when the fake friend brings a third person into the dynamic to validate their point or make you feel insecure. They might say things like, You know, even Dave thinks you've been acting weird lately. Or, I defended you when Mike was talking trash about you. See what they did there? They just made you feel paranoid about Dave and Mike, and simultaneously made themselves look like your only ally. They position themselves as the gatekeeper of information. They create conflict between you and others so that you are isolated and reliant solely on them. Defense strategy. The only way to beat triangulation is direct communication. Cut out the middleman. If they say, Dave thinks you're acting weird, you say, interesting. I'll give Dave a call and ask him about that. Watch the panic in their eyes. They rely on you never checking the facts. Refuse to discuss what others say without those people present. Tell them, I don't talk about people behind their backs, and I don't listen to hearsay. This shuts down the game instantly. Tactic 5. Guilt tripping. We are more than halfway through. Tactic number 5 is guilt tripping. This is the weapon of choice for the needy manipulator. They make you feel selfish or like a bad friend whenever you set a boundary or say no. Let's say you have a busy week at work and can't help them move furniture. A normal friend says, no worries, man. A dark psychology user says, wow, after everything I've done for you, I guess I know where I stand. They weaponize the history of the friendship to create an obligation trap. They want you to act out of guilt rather than desire. If you are doing things for a friend because you feel like you have to, not because you want to, you are being manipulated. Defense strategy. The defense is to hold your frame. Do not over-explain or apologize profusely. When you over-explain, you are giving them openings to argue. Repeat your boundary calmly. I can't help you this weekend, I have work. If they throw a tantrum, let them. Notice the pattern. If every interaction involves you feeling bad until you give them what they want, that isn't friendship. It's emotional blackmail. Recognize it and step back. Tactic 6. The silent treatment. Tactic 6 is the silent treatment, or withdrawal. This is a punishment tactic. You did something they didn't like. Maybe you set a boundary or called them out on a lie, and suddenly they go ghost. They stop replying to texts. They ignore you in group settings, or they give you one-word answers. This is designed to trigger your anxiety. They want you to chase them. They want you to wonder, what did I do wrong? And eventually come crawling back, apologizing just to restore the peace. It shifts the power dynamic so that you are the one seeking their validation. Defense strategy. The defense here is counterintuitive. Do nothing. Do not chase. Do not beg for attention. Do not blow up their phone asking if they are mad. If they withdraw, you withdraw. Mirror their investment. If they want space, give them infinite space. Name the behavior once. Hey, noticed you're quiet. I'm around when you want to talk, and then leave it. If they are using silence to control you, your lack of reaction will drive them crazy because their tactic failed. If this happens repeatedly, reduce your investment in the friendship permanently. Tactic 7. Playing the victim. Finally, tactic number 7. Playing the victim. This is the ultimate dodge for responsibility. No matter what happens, they are always the one who has been wronged. If they cheat you, it's because they were going through a hard time. If they insult you, it's because you know how sensitive they are. They weaponize their incompetence or their bad luck to get you to fix their life for them. They want sympathy so they can avoid accountability. You'll find yourself apologizing to them when they were the one who screwed up. It's a mind-bending tactic that keeps you in the role of the caretaker while they drain your energy. Defense strategy. Look at the facts, not the feelings. When they start with the sob story to excuse bad behavior, ask, I understand you're having a hard time, but how are you going to fix this specific issue? Don't fix everything for them. Don't offer solutions. Put the ball back in their court. A true friend takes responsibility for their mistakes. A fake friend uses their mistakes to get pity. Conclusion. Gentlemen, understanding these tactics isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about becoming capable. It's about having standards for who you allow into your life. If you spot love bombing, guilt tripping, or information mining, you don't have to make a big scene. You just have to see it for what it is and adjust your access accordingly. You are the gatekeeper of your own life. If you want to grow in 2026, if you want to level up your career, your mindset, and your life, you cannot be dragged down by anchors disguised as friends. This channel is for the men who want to take control. If you found value in this, Hit that like button so more defenders can find this message. Subscribe to Simply Sense, because we are just getting started. Keep your eyes open, and I'll see you in the next one.